Is there anything more seductive to an artist than the occult?
More seductive to an artist than the occult.
The following interviews were recorded at Fan Expo Denver 2026. All voices on the record are considered high profile by codename Cujo.
Here with Bill Morrison at Fan Expo 2026. You might remember him from The Simpsons, Futurama, Lead Bongo, Lead Mad, and has dropped some legendary posters along the way. This is not the first time me and Bill have crossed paths. I had the honor of finding him doing some charity work at the LA Art Show once upon a time. It's an honor to be sitting with you again, momentarily.
It's great to see you again after all these years.
Oh, thank you. Just a little taster's choice. Your favorite Simpsons Treehouse of Horrors?
The favorite episode?
Whatever resonates, I suppose.
Okay. Wow, I've never been asked that question, so I have to think a minute.
Take your time.
I would say, I hate to go all the way back to the beginning, but I love the Kang and Kodos introduction.
They got to choose one of them.
Yeah, I mean, that was a classic segment, riffing on the Twilight Zone cookbook episode, and with a great twist.
To win?
So I think that one's really solid. And Kang and Kodos, obviously a lot of longevity. They've remained with us over the years as main Simpsons characters.
They're with us now as we speak.
Yeah.
Who is the coolest Simpsons character, and why is it Hank Scorpio?
Well, I mean, anybody who's in the spy game, even as a villain, I think is, the spy genre is just cool. Anything related to the spy genre, so I think that's why.
Concur. Not a bad boss to have either.
Yeah.
Your favorite design in Springfield, like a logo, maybe a group, anybody?
I think the design of the Quickie Mart is my favorite because it's so dense and detailed. Like when we were doing the comic books, we had access to the model sheets from the show. So we would get these model packs that would show all the views of all the main locales, Moe's Bar, Quickie Mart, Comic Book Guy, the Android's Dungeon, his shop. And I always kind of marveled at the Quickie Mart because it's obvious that whoever the designer was spent a lot of time in 7-Elevens.
A slept-on masterpiece.
It's very authentic.
We would have accepted the Fighting Hellfish of Abraham Simpson.
Oh.
That logo's pretty strong.
That's in terms of logos, that's a great one. I love Smilin' Joe Fission as a mascot design.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice pull.
Yeah.
There's one other group that has some symbolism that gets talked about a lot, rarely taken seriously. Of course, the Stonecutters.
Yeah.
They have that catchy tune.
The tune is amazing. It's got great lyrics.
Who leads Atlantis off the maps?
Who keeps the Martians under wraps?
We do.
I would ask this question, hypothetically speaking, from a Stonecutter's perspective. Are they happy that everybody bought into, their world, their narrative? Or deep down, do the Stonecutters wish that, the citizens of Springfield would have pushed back?
I think they're inherently unhappy as a group. I think that's one of their main things, is unhappiness.
Two last questions. They say you can't go back home again, but you did.
I did go back home, yeah.
You're back in Detroit.
Yep.
How does it feel to be back in a city that you grew up in? And as an artist, has your role changed?
It has changed. It feels great. It's changed in a number of ways. One is I'm a teacher now. So I'm not a full-time teacher, I'm adjunct, but I'm at my alma mater, College for Creative Studies, so I'm teaching young animators and comic artists and illustrators. And the other thing is I'm freelance. I'm completely freelance for the first time. I've done a lot of freelance over the years, but it was always kind of a side gig, and now it's my main gig.
And maybe Roswell will come back into focus, you never know.
I'm working on that.
UFOs are back in. I don't know if you know.
Yeah.
Last question. Last time I ran into you, and when I've caught many an interview of you on YouTube, you always mention your wife, your lady. What is this? Do you have any secrets to the success of a long-term partnership when you're an artist?
Well, she's also a creative person. She's an actress and a singer. I think that helps. She's also a clothing designer. So we're both very creative, but in different ways, and I think we complement each other. But also, I think one of the keys is that we got together young. We got together in high school, and we were together all through college, and so we started out as friends, and we've never forgotten that. We've never forgotten that we're not only lovers and partners, but we're also best friends.
No time like the present.
Yeah.
Here with Aaron Reynolds and Effin Birds, currently powered by Spite.
Always powered by Spite.
Back in the Mile High City. Last time I spoke to you, you said something to the effect of one city's much like another when your head's down over your pieces, brother.
That's really true, especially when this is a show from Fan Expo, and I'm going to do 12 Fan Expo shows this year, and sometimes the only difference is the color of the drapes. There's a little bit of purple in this town, but the differences will be the crowd, and the crowd here is really great. Like, people are nice, people are cool. It's not. I don't want to shit talk.
Throw somebody under the bus.
Yeah, well, that's it. I'm being careful who I shit talk. I'm going to shit talk my hometown, Toronto. It's very walk by, side eye kind of show. Like, people don't stop and look. People are like a little more aloof. People are too cool for the show in Toronto. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I do. Well, these are mountain folk. They appreciate.
Yeah.
Let's see. Bestseller in the States and in Canada.
Yeah.
I don't know, we're at an interesting intersection. You've been writing slogans for a long time.
Yep.
I am currently aware that you recently won a Webby.
I did win a Webby Award. I did.
Was there a speech given?
Yes. So when you win a Webby Award, you can give a speech that is exactly 5 words. Not more than 5 words, not less than 5 words. 5 words only. It is one of my favorite parts of the Webby Awards. Previously, I won one, and I gave the speech, Mom, it's a real job. But this time I did a pre-tape, because you always do a pre-tape so they can use it online. And my pre-tape is me in my hotel room drawing an owl and writing the words AI art can fuck off on it and holding it up to the screen. And they used my pre-tape at the show instead of me going on stage because my pre-tape was so good. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you saw the small print on the back of that Webby. Says that you're actually the next Prime Minister of Canada.
See, I would not love that. I know people who have done that job, and it is not a good time. I would like to win the Order of Canada. So if you're out there and you're listening and you're on the voting body that decides who gets the Order of Canada, I want that award. That and the Stephen Leacock Medal for Humor, the highest comedy award in Canada. I want that. Those are the ones I want.
From your lips to YouTube's ears.
Right, exactly.
Honestly, you got the striking good looks.
Oh, thanks.
Is it an age where artists should lead?
Where artists should lead? I mean, I don't know. I think that art is always in a place to illustrate how we're feeling and help how we're feeling. So I think art should be plugged in. I think good art has something to do with what's going on. Does that make sense?
Am I answering questions or something, or what are we
We're
doing?
recording right now. Yeah, I got a couple questions for you. No
Sure.
biggie. Here with Matthew Wood, a man with a legendary ear,
Yeah.
a man that would be killed by Boba Fett.
And Obi-Wan Kenobi.
You've had your ear on Lucasfilm and Star Wars for several decades now?
Yeah, about 36 years this year.
Before we sink our teeth into that, just a couple of projects that you worked on that caught my attention. A sentence or two, Psychonauts.
Yes, actually, that was a really good friend of mine, Chris Brown, was casting that game, an early voice game for LucasArts with a lot of my colleagues. I used to work at LucasArts back in 1990. I worked on Secret of Monkey Island as a quality assurance technician, but my colleague Chris Brown was recording that, casting it, and editing, and so I wanted to work with her, and I worked on that project.
It's a game that few have forgotten.
Yeah, it's a really good one. I love all those early LucasArts games.
There's also a movie that caught my attention. It's kind of a guilty pleasure of mine, Feast.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that was, we got in touch with Project Greenlight back in the day, and then I don't know what the politics were there, but I don't know if it detached from Project Greenlight or not, but like they wanted to come to Skywalker, and that was part of the deal of their show, and we got to work with John Gulager, I think that's how you say his last name.
We better get some love from IFC on this one.
Yeah. But he was amazing and came to the ranch, and my colleague David Acord did some incredible sound design for that movie that we still use to this day in other projects. Yeah.
Fair to speculate, maybe the most obnoxious vomit scene?
Pretty much, yeah. That one was tested the bounds of decency. No, it was amazing. We loved it. It was, as a sound person, you got to just work on what they give you, and you get a lot of opportunity for sound design in that movie.
Salute to Feast. Last movie, Star Trek Into Darkness. Is Peter Weller the best line deliverer in the game?
Oh my gosh, she's amazing. Like I had to, I worked with Bad Robot a lot. J.J. Abrams, I worked with him for like 10 years. And we had additional lines to record with Peter Weller one day, and it was on a weekend, and J.J. was already indisposed. And so Peter Weller and I went to Bad Robot. I set up an ADR recording studio there for him, and we spent the weekend just recording dialogue, and he had the most amazing stories, and certainly like an off-kilter, unique delivery of his lines in that movie. And I ended up meeting him at a charity event many, many years later, and just equally as driven and not running out of any energy in his later years, and great stories, an incredible icon of like wacky movies too. Yeah.
Preach. All right, since Fett turned the gun on you,
yes,
let's turn it around.
Okay.
A man of sound, you've heard Jason Wingreen deliver Boba Fett.
Yes.
You've heard Tamara Morrison.
I recorded Tamara Morrison for those lines, yeah.
Who's more Boba Fett to you?
I mean, I grew up with the original trilogy, and I saw them all in their original form, and that's what resonated with me as a kid. So there's a certain imprint of those that are on me. But I also understand as a storyteller wanting to refine your story, and most filmmakers, the only reason why a film gets released is because it's a deadline and you've run out of money and it kind of escapes your hands. But you could continually refine, and I know that just based on the overarching story that's going on, with Lucasfilm, with the prequel movies and the Clone Wars, and having Tamara Morrison have that through line, it was an option to give, and we recorded it when we were working with Tamara on, I think it was possibly Revenge of the Sith, I can't remember, but we got those lines and recorded them, and now I think it sort of is more apropos to what's happening in the overarching story of Star Wars, that Tamara is the voice of the clone. So I see the logic in it, of course, and I did record those lines with Tamara.
Astute words from Matthew Wood at Fan Expo 2026.
Then,
the art world will take you around the world. Is there any architecture that you've seen that you're around something special?
For me, I guess it would be obviously the Statue of Liberty. The other one would be the Eiffel Tower. Hopefully my wife and I will go visit there someday. She's already been. I haven't been to Europe at all, so I want to go visit.
now,
Did you ever make it to Paris, my good man?
My wife and I did make it to Paris, thank God.
Nice.
It was part of the vacation, and we enjoyed it.
It's one of the cool things about chatting with artists over the years. Everything evolves. We first started chatting because of your opening in the G.I. Joe movie, and we have poured over the details many times.
Okay.
I would pull the lens back here at Fan Expo here in 2026. When you're thinking about labels, you're a pioneer, you're an animator. What is the final level or layer when it comes to being a creator? Is it artist? How do you see it?
I think if you're going to be a creative person, you have to follow your passion and try and remember what it is you want to achieve. For me, it was always wanting to be a good storyteller. And it could be in comic books, but for me, it was in animation. So I've been able to achieve one of my passions. My initial idea is that I wanted to work for Marvel Comics, but I was too poor and I didn't know anybody. So I kind of fell into animation, and luckily, I discovered my passion was actually less drawing comic books, but more about storytelling. So I've been able to accomplish that goal in shaping and cultivating these series that I've worked on into something that if I was a certain age, if I was like 7 or 12, I try and pull from my inner child and put that on the screen so that if my inner child's saying, hey, it's cool if he does this or she does that, then at least I know my instincts are going in the right direction. And for me, it's like, if whatever endeavor you're going to try, just follow your passion. You may not know where it's going to lead you, but once you get there, you'll have the feelings like, yeah, this is cool, man. I love this.
Enough said. Here with Larry Houston, a legend in the animation game at Fan Expo Denver 2026.